Professional combat sports are an environment with zero margin for error. A lapse in judgment, or a fraction of an inch, is usually the difference between a championship bonus and waking up staring at the arena lights. Professional fighters manage a dual-track career. They are specialists in high-level combat and entrepreneurs in a crowded attention economy. That creates a dangerous temptation. A highly clippable moment of showmanship, a mid-fight dance or a taunt, can spike a fighter's personal brand and lead to lucrative sponsorships. To evaluate if these stunts actually pay off, we have to plot them on a spectacle matrix. This chart tracks the potential brand visibility against the tactical risk required to pull it off. Standard aggressive behaviors, like an intense pre-fight stare-down, land right here. They build audience tension while carrying virtually zero risk of physical damage. Contrast that with dropping your guard to hit a dance move in the second round. That spikes into maximum visibility, but forces you to accept maximum physical risk. Today, we are conducting a cold economic analysis of these moments. We will measure the exact return on investment to see when psychological warfare is a calculated tactical advantage and when it is a guaranteed unforced error. The first arena for psychological warfare happens long before the bell rings. The weigh-in and the face-off offer a free runway to test an opponent's mental limits. Let's run this through our comparison matrix to measure the inputs against the trade-offs. The required inputs here rely on invading personal space, meaning sudden shock tactics like a fake handshake, a lunge, or attempting to kiss the other fighter. Quinton Rampage Jackson leveraged his charisma to build his brand through pre-fight pranks, handing a referee a yellow penalty card for bad breath during instructions. The desired outcome of this behavior is pure emotional disruption. Forcing an opponent to process unexpected, bizarre data can spike their adrenaline prematurely, burning off crucial nervous energy before the fight even starts. The trade-off, however, hits the wallet and the schedule. Push the intimidation too far, and you trigger a physical altercation that results in canceled bouts, heavy athletic commission fines, or immediately alienating the officials. Pre-fight stunts offer a high ceiling for psychological disruption, but if the target refuses to be intimidated, the only thing you accomplish is handing them a sharper, more aggressive focus. The calculus completely shifts the moment the referee starts the clock and the cage door locks. Updating the comparison matrix to Category 2, mid-fight taunting, reveals a drastic change in the risk profile. The input requires intentionally breaking your standard defensive posture. You have to lower your guard, turn your back, or perform a viral emote while a trained striker targets your chin. The intended payoff is the ultimate flex. Generating highly clippable, viral footage mid-fight signals a supreme, untouchable confidence that promoters and audiences love. But the trade-off is immediate and often catastrophic physical trauma. Abandoning defensive geometry leaves you physically exposed to counterstrikes. One slightly miscalculated step turns a showboat routine into an embarrassing knockout. Even athletic feats backfire, like a botched backflip off the cage that only damages the fighter's own knees. There is a secondary, quieter risk, alienating the judges. If the fight goes the distance, scorecards rarely favor an athlete who spent time mocking their opponent instead of throwing strikes. Prioritizing the camera over a defensive guard replaces concrete safety with a speculative boost in brand visibility. In an arena where a single opening is fatal, this trade makes a fighter their own most dangerous obstacle. Not all unconventional behavior is driven by ego or brand building. Sometimes, breaking the format is a calculated move to establish boundaries or gain leverage. Enter Category 3, in-ring protests. Take boxer Curtis Harper. The moment the opening bell rang for his televised match, he didn't throw a punch. He calmly walked out of the ring and left the arena. Walking out guarantees a professional loss and immediately angers the audience. But Harper weaponized the live broadcast to force his promoters into a highly public conversation about inadequate pay structures. Then we have Category 4, where the rules are subverted to protect a peer, extreme sportsmanship. MMA fighter Mike Pantango was effortlessly dismantling his opponent, Jeremy Rasner. But instead of continuing the punishment, Pantango voluntarily tapped out, conceding the match to save Rasner from catastrophic injury. The cost was sacrificing an official victory and potential win bonuses. The return was immense. long-term respect and credibility across the entire martial arts community. These moments prove that intentionally forfeiting a match is a powerful tool. Leveraging the broadcast to fight for labor rights or to protect the health of a colleague carries a higher permanent value than adding a single win to a record. When we tally the complete ledger, the overall return on investment for combat sports showmanship is deeply negative for the vast majority of athletes. To determine if you are one of the rare exceptions, run your situation through this decisional rubric. This strategy is highly effective for one specific profile, the underdog. If you are vastly outmatched on technical skill, a bizarre psychological stunt might be the only tool you have to derail the favorite's game plan. The second exception is the labor activist. If you have exhausted all traditional negotiation channels, an in-ring protest is a high-risk lever that forces immediate public scrutiny. But there is one profile who must avoid these tactics entirely, the title contender. If you have a clear mathematical path to a championship victory, introducing mid-fight vulnerabilities purely for the sake of a stunt is an abysmal business decision. The math simply does not support the exposure. True professionals operate on a different baseline. They understand that lasting virality is a byproduct of excellence, never a substitute for technical discipline.